A very warm welcome to Page of Wisdom. Constitution Day has just passed, and this year's Constitution Day was special in the sense that it commemorated 75th year of the adoption of the Constitution of the country. And it is for this reason that I wish to say a few words about the Constitution in general and about the Constitution of the country in particular. What is a Constitution? Constitution is generally described as the supreme law of the land. It is fundamental law of a nation, it is fundamental law of a country. It sets out the rules of a governance, sets out the rules for governance of the country, governance of a state. It creates the institutions of the state. It provides a framework of rules to determine the relationship between the different institutions of the state. But more importantly, it also deals with the relationship between the state and the people of the country. And it is this idea that I want to emphasize in today's discussion. Actually, Constitution is formed to secure the rights of the people. It is formed to protect the rights of the people. And from that way, we can define the Constitution as, as something which expresses the principle of constitutionalism. As one constitutional scholar wrote at one place, that Constitution is actually, I'm just putting his definition, that Constitution is actually expression of the principle of constitutionalism in the specific context of a particular political system. What is constitutionalism? Then question arises. The idea of the constitutionalism is that the powers of the government are limited. Essence of the constitutionalism is the limited government idea, limited government, principle of limited government. And this principle was propounded for the first time by a noted political philosopher, John Locke. The relationship between the state and the people, that was given the shape of a political philosophy by John Locke. He published a book, Two Treatises of Government, in 1689, that says, that advances the theory that people are born with certain inalienable rights. We are born with certain natural rights, and those natural rights include the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of, and right to life, liberty, and right to property. And it is this idea that form the basis of the many constitutions of the modern world, many constitutions of the modern states. Take the example of the Declaration of Independence, that formed the basis of the Constitution of the United States of America. Declaration of Independence was adopted by the 13 American states on 4 July 1776, and the opening words of the Declaration of Independence are that men are created equal, and they are endowed by created with certain inalienable rights, including right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. And it is to secure these rights that the governments are formed. And this idea, this idea was further carried on in the French Declaration on the Rights of Citizens and Rights of Men and Citizens, that was adopted by French National Assembly in 1789. When Constitution of United States was made in 1787, the Declaration of Independence of 4 July 1776, that became the founding principles of that constitution. Although Bill of Rights were added in 1791 in the Constitution of the United States of America, but the idea of limited government was incorporated in the very preamble of the Constitution of the United States of America. Constitution of India is also a very good example of. I can say that it is the best example of this idea. That best example of the idea that on the one hand it has adopted a parliamentary form of government, but on the other hand it has also adopted the American style of Bill of Rights. And not only India. India is indeed the best example, but there are many states. Most of the states, I can say, that which have adopted the constitution became free after 1945 when they adopted the constitution. They are based on this idea. They, on the one hand, they adopt the Westminster model of the governance, and at the same time they contain Bill of Rights in their constitution. Actually, this idea that that the people have the rights, and which and constitution is made to secure the rights of the people. This idea, I can in this to advance this idea and to support this idea, I can quote the very famous statement of Justice Jackson, United States Supreme Court Judge Justice Jackson. He stated in a celebrated case of West Virginia Board of Education, State Board of Education versus Barnett case that was decided sometimes in the 20th century, about 1945 or 1944. He stated in that judgment that actually what is the purpose of the Constitution? He says the purpose of the Constitution is to make certain subjects beyond the reach of the majorities. He says the purpose of the Constitution is to place certain subjects beyond the reach of the majorities, such as the right to life, right to liberty. They should not be should not be subjected to the you can say outcome of the election. It is this idea that is the basis of the constitution. If you have found this discussion useful, please like this video, so that I can and if you show interest, please, and you want more discussion on this aspect, then I will be very happy to you can say to discuss more on this aspect. So thank you very much.